Hello and welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm your host, Dr. Rita Louise, and thank you all for tuning into the show today. So this week, I am offering a public service announcement for anyone who is under 65, who's getting ready to turn 65, and it's not about retirement. What we're going to talk about is Medicare. And that freaking nightmare that you get to experience while signing up for Medicare. So you think, all your years paying into Medicare that you go and retire and you get Medicare. Bam, it's paid for because you've been paying for it for your whole freaking working life. No, that's not how it works. And I'm hoping that this video doesn't get taken down because I'm saying something a little controversial. So I'm going to kind of give you the skinny and some of the, I'm going to say, key takeaways with that. So with basic Medicare, there's Part A and Part B. So there's no cost for Part A, but you kind of don't get anything. You get 3 pints of blood, but if you need more than that, you have to pay for it. If you need hospice because you have 6 months or less to live, you get that, but you have to pay for your own prescriptions. And it's kind of unclear what they'll pay for. Like it says it'll pay for hospital care, but does that only cover the room? Because I don't think so. I don't think so. Because if you sign up for Part B, which is the other part of Medicare. Okay, so first, there's a fee. So this year, it's like $178 a month that you have to pay to have Medicare Part B. And if you don't sign up for Medicare Part B, either when you're 65 or by the time you're 70, if you're working, okay, and you have to be working and have health insurance to not sign up for Part B. Or you get a penalty, and the penalty, and it's not even like a one-time penalty. It's you didn't sign up for 3 years. And so we're hitting you with a penalty for all 3 years. And that just becomes your base rate. So it's not a one-time penalty. It's for the rest of your life freaking penalty. And then with Medicare Part B, they only cover 80% of your doctor's services. So you're paying 20%. It doesn't have drugs included in that. There's a limit to what they cover. And this was, and the part that I found really shocking. So if you go into the hospital, and it says for the first 60 days, there's no charge, which I don't believe. But days 61 through 90, it's $400 a day. And if you're in there for over 90 days, it's $800 a day. And you only get to stay there for 60 days. And then after that, all of the additional costs are out of your pocket. And with Part A and Part B, there is no maximum out-of-pocket cost. So if you end up in the hospital for 6 months, because you have some tragic accident or you're in a coma, it's like, this is my thought. They might as well just freaking kill me. $800 a day. It's like, wait a minute, I paid into this. Anyway, so that, and again, for Part B, it's $178 a month. It's not free, and that's your basic Medicare, which doesn't really, it covers some stuff, but not that much. Then you can get what's called a Medicare Advantage plan. And these are a little better. They offer a max out-of-pocket expense, but it's a max annual out-of-pocket expense. And so let's say you get sick in December, you have to pay the max out-of-pocket expense for 2024. But if the issue goes on into 2025, then you have to pay an additional whatever the maximum out-of-pocket expense is. And, for some people, that might be a risk they're willing to take. With many of the Medicare Advantage plan, and I'm not pitching, I'm just informing, okay? So I don't have an opinion one way or the other. With many Advantage plans, it does come with a drug plan, so you don't have to buy that separate. Where if you have the Medicare Part A and Part B and you take prescriptions, you have to purchase a drug plan. Oh, and if you don't purchase a drug plan, you get penalized for that too. Okay. And with these Advantage plans, they really do throw in some little bonus items. It might cover your gym membership or give you a certain amount of dental or vision or, other kinds of services as part of that plan. Okay. And then there is the supplemental. And in the supplemental, basically this is private insurance that you are buying on top of your Medicare Part A and Part B. And so with the supplemental, it really does cover everything after your $250 deductible. Oh, because with Part B, there's a $240 or $250 deductible. But there's a but. It's like $140, $150 a month. And that was the 2024 rate. I don't know what they're going to be for 2025. And with that, you have to purchase a separate drug plan. And depending on what kind of prescriptions you're taking, that can go anywhere from a couple of dollars a month to $10 a month, $20 a month, $100 a month, just based on what kind of medications you're taking. But this is the part that I found the most fascinating and irritating. And okay, having to pay the additional almost $200 a month was shocking and irritating to me. But what I found out, which was even kind of took it over the top and why I wanted to share this information with you, is let's say you sign up for the Advantage plan, but it's like your health has been declining and you want to sign up for the supplemental. Fair enough. But in order to do that, you have to take do a health questionnaire to see if you qualify. Because if you don't qualify, they don't have to take you. But where it even gets more interesting, so let's say you buy a supplemental plan from, and I'm going to use car insurance because I think more people will relate to that. So let's say you have your health stuff through Farmers Insurance. Okay. And so when you first enroll, there is no, you automatically qualify and there's no pre-existing condition. Okay. So you're good to go. You're good to go. But let's say Farmers Insurance is becoming really sucky and they're not really covering stuff and, they're not being responsive and there's just a whole lot of issues going on with it and you want to change to State Farm. Fair enough, don't you think? No, it don't work that way. You have to do the health questionnaire too. And then on top of that, depending on what plan, so if you have Humana or Blue Cross Blue Shield or some plan, that you've heard of or whatever, your doctors might not be in your area, and so, I talked to one group and they were like, well, where's this location from you? Because it was the closest hospital, 70 miles away. Now, why would I want to get a plan or get anybody on a plan that the hospital is 70 miles away? Not happening. And so you sign up for a plan. And if there's anything going on with you, you are stuck with that plan for the rest of your natural born life. Because if you have any of these health concerns, then they don't have to take you. They won't take you. I mean, maybe if you pay a way higher premium, more than the $150 a month plus drugs, they might. I don't know. But all right, I need to find my glasses. But I did, because it's me, find a copy of the health questionnaire. And it was actually revealing. And I'm just going to read some of the questions. Okay, so like, are you confined to a wheelchair? Are you currently hospitalized, confined to a bed in a nursing home or assisted living? Do you have like chronic kidney disease, emphysema, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, lupus, hepatitis, or AIDS? Have you had an organ or stem cell transplant? So basically, if you've had any of these things, and I'm just kind of going through the list very briefly, they won't cover you. And then part 2 is if you've had any of the items within the past 2 years, and it says part B, medical questions. If yes is answered to any of the following questions, that person may not be eligible for coverage and is subject to an underwriting review. Okay. And so in the last 2 years, coronary artery disease, angina, cardiomyopathy, congestive heart failure, alcoholism or drug abuse, any mental or nervous disorder requiring hospitalization, cancer, stroke, degenerative bone disease, diabetes with high blood pressure. Have you been hospital confined 3 or more times in the past 2 years for a similar condition? And then this one was a little tricky. It says, have you been advised by a medical professional to have treatment, further diagnostic evaluation, diagnostic testing, follow-up visits, or any surgery that has not been performed? And so, so the example that I heard was, so let's say you go to the eye doctor and they say, well, you have cataracts and you should go get cataract surgery. Well, if that shows up in your record, then you would not qualify because it's a treatment plan that is sitting out there waiting for you to do. I don't know. You sit there and you look at this stuff and it just makes you feel like it's a scam. And what's interesting is, I'm riding around in my car and there's this commercial for this company that sells this third-party insurance, like Farmers or State Farm. Excuse me. And they say, oh, well, it's open enrollment period, so you can change, your carrier and blah, blah, blah. But it's a freaking lie. You can change your carrier if you pass the health exam, and no one tells you that up front. You just think, okay, I don't want to do Farmers anymore. I want to do State Farm. And that's not the case. And so I just feel sorry for anyone who is moving forward into this stage of their life because shocking. I mean, if you think about it, if you already have health issues and you are, turning 65, you just have to like mentally prepare yourself to cough up. These days, it has, because I don't know what the increase is, about $400 a month. It's like, okay, but wait a minute. I'm trying to retire and you're telling me that I have to come up with $400 a month after paying in all these years and having it be this like secret thing that nobody talks about until it's time. And then it's like, and then we want $400 a month. As you can see, I'm a little bit livid about the whole thing and kind of lit up about it. And that was the main reason why I wanted to share this with you, so that you can be emotionally prepared. If and when that time comes, that you think that it's all cool and it's just going to happen, and it's not. And The good thing is my microphone isn't muted, and this was just like really great. And my microphone's not muted. Yay! Anyway, so before I change screens, um, I do these readings, and if you would like to reach out to me and get a private consultation, please go to my website, soulhealer.com, soulhealer.com. It has tons of articles, great stuff on it. Sign up for my newsletter that's there. If you are hearing this show on Rumble or BitChute, Rumble, BitChute, Twitter, any of the places that it might be aired, and you want to join the conversation and get a free on-air psychic reading, which is what I'll be doing next, please go to my YouTube channel at Just Energy Radio. That's 3 words, Just Energy Radio. And from that portal, you can join the live chat, 7 p.m. Central, every week. And so something new that I have added, and I feel a little tacky, but I'm doing it anyway, is I've put together a little tip jar. Prices are going up. The cost to do this show has doubled since I started. And so, if you are enjoying the programming, if you get a reading and it really resonates with you, I would love it if you sent me a little something, so you can go to Soul Healer /live, and you can actually make a donation via the shopping cart. You do have to log in, but you can do that. And then someone else suggested this, and I'm going to find a slightly alternate way. You can actually, if you have a PayPal account, you can send me a little something through PayPal, and you would send it to Rita at soulhealer.com. That's Rita at soulhealer.com. Okay, so I'm going to change over, say hi to people, and go from there. Let's get my face big. And, as I say every week, but you guys don't listen to me, if you want to communicate with me directly, if you want to get a reading, if you could type in all caps or, start off in all caps so I can see that it's a comment directed to me, I would just love you guys even more. And I'm going to just start at the top of the list. I'm going to say hi, and whoever comes up wanting a reading first, they get the reading first, and I'm just going to go down the list. Okay, so Marco voted. My hair looks great. Thank you, Marco. I think it looks pretty fabulous today. Hi, RLCC. Hi, Dr. Rita, and everyone. Hope all of you are having a good day. Chris, long time no see. Nice to see you. Amy, happy Thursday to you too. Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. So Yvonne wanted to know dental. Okay, so with some, not all Advantage plans, they offer like $1,000 or $2,000 a year for dental. When I looked into the dental providers, they were like the in-the-box dental, like Aspen Dental and whatever. I don't know that I would want to go to them. I mean, I guess if I was desperate, I would. But I've spent a lot of money on my teeth, and I don't know that I want to go to one of those places. Okay, so Master Players Radio and Television says we are also streaming on ERRT Radio now. So everyone on ERRT Radio, hey, and welcome to the show. And again, and I don't want to dish you, but if you want to join the chat and get an on-air reading, you really need to go to Just Energy Radio on YouTube. That's Just Energy Radio on YouTube, and hit the live button. Okay. Yvonne says they pay a big part of my chiropractor after a $260 deductible. Not really, not in my opinion, but I'll just keep that. Okay, RLCC says Medicare is by no means easy, very tricky. And by the way, your hair looks really good tonight. I love you guys. I have this weird hair thing, so I love when you say like really nice things about it. Hey, Veronica. Okay, Yvonne is the first one out the door. Okay, Yvonne. All right, let me clear the cards because I have not done that yet. because I had a very busy day rolling paint at the house. I primered the master bedroom. It is the last room to be primered. Last room. And then I ran out of paint and didn't finish it. So I get to finish it, but it's close. It's close. Okay, and you want a number 2. Okay. All right, Yvonne, what do you got going on? That's your card for today. So, Yvonne, I just get the impression that something really kind of pissed you off and you're a little bit triggered right now. And I'm just going to say that I feel like it's kind of appropriate what got you. It might be a time, especially if you're ruminating about it, because I feel like you've been thinking about it, to stop and take a step back and go, okay, what do I need to do? Because sometimes we get stuck in that thought pattern because we're afraid to take a step forward. We're afraid to say something to the person or make a different choice. And so step back and ask, what do I need to do in order to clear this from my space? I hope that makes sense. Okay. Christine. Hi, Christine. Nice to see you. And she would like a number 3. This is weird. This happened last week too. All right, Christine, you got the same freaking card. I mean, last week I pulled the same card 3 readings in a row, and you hear me, I'm shuffling. So, Christine, I don't know if this will make sense, but I'm just going to throw this out. And please, if I say something and it makes sense to you, let me know. I feel like you've been collecting up your toys and wanting to take them home. I feel like you don't want to do this anymore. And I'm saying that in a very generic kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I'm getting my things and I'm going to go home and just, I don't want to say take care of me, regroup, make it so they can't have your toys too, and maybe what I'm really talking about is you're putting up some kind of boundary. Again, I feel like there's some frustration in your space. I don't feel like you're ruminating about it. I feel like you're acting on it. And I'm going to make this comment, if picking up your toys and going and taking them away is your default pattern of behavior, then you might want to look at that because, that's an indication that you're being triggered. And what is that trigger about? And is it justifiable? Because whenever things are bothering us, it's always a great time to look and learn, inside what's going on with me. But you do have great toys, so everybody that's not going to get to use them anymore. All right, Ms. Veronica wants a reading number 3. I almost put my Svengali shirt on just for you, Veronica, but I decided that I was in battle mode, so I put camo on, even though it says Brad Paisley, but battle mode. And Veronica wants a 3. And hopefully I won't pull that same old card. All right, thank you. All right, that's your card for today. All right. Interesting. So, Veronica, I feel like you've had recently kind of an aha moment. I feel like, um, there's who we are and the things we do, and we tend to like be on autopilot. And then we have these moments where we kind of have like a deeper clarity. And I feel like you're in one of those places right now. And good girl, because I feel like you're using this time to look at it and try to make different choices, different decisions, look at it from a more less ego, more, oh, what's the word I want to use? Constructive. Observe, I feel like you're in a more observer kind of place. Um, I don't know. It's just good. So use it. Use it, girl. Use it. Okay, RLCC says you don't want an Advantage plan. They pay nothing. And then Amy, thank you, Bobby. Greetings, Dr. Rita. Hi, Amy. I think you're a new person. Hi, Amy. Welcome to the show. Veronica says, that is crap. Medical bills are outrageous. All right. And then she said, penalties are a scam. Okay, so if I'm skipping over your commentary, it's because you didn't put it in caps. Okay, so Master Players Radio and Television says, number one, please. Okay. And I'm just clearing the Master Player. Okay, let's see what you got. All right, and this is the card that came up for you. Okay, so I'm not sure what this is trying to tell me, so I'm just going to talk a little bit. But when I tune into your energy, the first thing that I'm noticing is that there's a lot of energy sitting in your third chakra. The third chakra has to do with our ability to use our power for ourselves and in relationship to other people. I feel like you want to use this energy to move forward, but for some reason, there's something holding you back. And I feel like that's kind of frustrating to you. I get the impression that it's not your energy. I mean, usually it's fear that holds us back, and I'm not getting the impression that it's your fear. And I'm kind of just talking out my butt here. It could be a monetary thing. It could be somebody that you're around that is kind of looking down their nose at you going, why would you want to do that? And so you are being hesitant. And what I'm going to say is that it's kind of messing your energy up by you not moving forward in the direction that the energy is propelling you to do. I hope that makes sense. Okay. And again, and I'm just going to stick this up here. If you're liking the reading and whatever, if you could send a little something to go to soulhealer.com/live, or you can go to PayPal and send a little something to Rita at soulhealer.com. And I'm going to change that so it's just easier to read. Okay. So Yvonne says, don't take any prescriptions, dental and vision. So I'm going to tell you this. So there are discount dental plans that are available. I mean, I've had one for years and years and years, and it's like $160 for the year. And, for your basic stuff, your cleaning and whatever, it covers a little bit, not a ton. But if you have any major work done, like you need a cap or something more serious like that, it covers 50%. And pretty much any dental plan out there only covers 50%. So you might pay $100 for your cleaning and your x-rays, but if you need some more serious work done, then that would be an opportunity, because even if you pay, $30 a month or whatever for dental, they're only going to cover 50% of the more expensive things. Okay. Miss Amy would like a reading. And she would like number 3. Okay. Ooh, that's your card for today. Okay. So you're like, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I mean, I just feel like you're feeling a bit overwhelmed. I don't know if it's the general energy on the planet or stuff that's going on in your life, but I feel like you just want to be left alone and kind of hibernate for a bit. I feel like, I can't explain it any better, that you're just feeling overwhelmed and you need to just kind of discharge the overwhelm so you can kind of come back into the present. So we've talked about a lot of things: journaling, tapping, going for a walk, exercising. Any of those things can help support that. Or going in your bedroom and locking the door. That would be another option. Going out of town, going on a little vacation. So hope that helps, Miss Amy. Okay. So Master Player says some offer credit cards for groceries and over-the-counter medications. Amy, and this was to me because, see, it's in all caps, says all insurance is fraudulent. But when you pay your car insurance, you know that you're going to pay your car insurance. When you get Medicare, you don't know that it's going to cost you $200 a month or $400 a freaking month. That, shocker. Okay. Oh, Hura, so nice seeing you. I missed you last week. And she would like a reading, and I'm not seeing a number, but I'm getting a number 2 for you. So I'm going to do a 2. Okay. All right. And this is the card that I pulled for you. And again, guys, if the session is making sense, if it's helping, I love the feedback. Okay, so Ohura. So Ohura, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like one of the things that you have really been working on, and I'm going to say it this way, is gratitude, finding the good things, just kind of really working on staying in the positive energy. I get the impression that you've just kind of gone through a period where it was just all crazy callywampered, and you're really working your practice again. And it happens. It's like, we have this great practice and then stuff happens and we forget. I remember one day I was having a terrible day, and I was talking to this friend of mine, and she goes, well, maybe you should do this. And it was some meditation, energy work technique thing. And I'm like, well, where did you hear that? She goes, from you. So even if we have all of these tools and we get into a bad brain place, sometimes those tools are not that easy to just pull out and have just right there. But I feel like you're back and you're working on it again. And it's okay if you end up over there. The more important thing is you're back now. So good job. Okay. Marco says, drink some water. Can I drink this? I am. So Clay, hey Clay, hi everyone from sunny South Carolina Renaissance Festival. Well, hey Clay, nice to see you. Okay. So Marco says, please tip and upvote. Thanks, Marco. All right. All right. EERT Radio says, I would like a reading, please, number 1. Wow, we got all kinds of good people in here. I'm just going to like pre this list. We got Otto and Nina and John with that adorable baby. Okay. EERT Radio. All right. There you go. Okay, so if I recall correctly, and usually I don't ever remember anything, last week I was talking about you putting in too much energy and trying to push things forward and make things happen, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel like this week, even though that energy is kind of sitting in the background and kind of making you a little bit uncomfortable, I feel like you've really been working on kind of being with it, being in observer mode, asking the universe, what do you want me to do now? What's the next step? And taking yourself out of the question and just surrendering to the guidance that you're being given. And the more you practice it, the more comfortable you'll become. And the more you'll be able to separate out, this is ego driving me forward versus this is me listening to and surrendering to spirit. So great job. Great job. Okay, now I'm going to officially say hi. Otto, dude. Wait a minute. And Nina, so nice to see you. And John, hey, sweet thing. Okay. All right, Clay said, good call on PayPal. Tip sent. Thanks so much for doing this each week. Clay, thank you so much. And again, if you want to send something on PayPal, Rita at soulhealer.com. Here, hang on a second. PayPal, Rita at soulhealer.com, or you can go to soulhealer.com/live. All right, so hopefully I did not lose my place. But of course I did. Oh, there we go. All right, so Clay said PayPal. Love you, Clay. All right. All right, so Greg O'Brien. Hi, Greg O'Brien. Thank you for tuning into the show today. Why are you scared? I don't bite too much. All right. All right, Christine says, thank you. It definitely makes sense. Perfect. Thank you. And Veronica says, Rita, makes sense. Not easy to accept what I observed. And again, you guys, capitals. Marco, fact, Rita has great hair and teeth. It's like, that's because I spent a lot of money. Rita rocks, bam. Woo. And then Marco says, she does, bam, slam. Thank you. Master Player says, thank you, Rita. All right, let's see. Just scrolling here. See, there's a lot of conversation happening, and I don't want to read the whole conversation. So Marco says, Rita's drinking vodka and cranberry, and actually it's a really watered-down glass of wine. But I just rolled an entire room. Marco, you would understand this. It's a 16 by 16 room. And I ran out of paint. I had 2 gallons of primer and I ran out of freaking paint before I even finished. And I have to roll the ceiling again. And it's got a heavy texture and it's not even fun. All right, let's see. Veronica says, I bet Rita has herb tea, not vodka. No, it's wine. My body is tired. Okay. And EERT Radio says, thank you, Rita, right on. Well, thank you, EERT Radio. And then Amy says, interesting reading. Yes, I've been hibernating as much as possible. A vacation would be great. Then again, exercise might be more affordable. Thanks for the great suggestion. Well, you know, Amy, if you exercise and you do the exercise not in the house, and actually it's been, okay, a little nippy in the morning, but it's actually been beautiful out. You know, go to the park, go for a walk, you know, get out of the house and away from people. So, well, this is kind of shocking, but I'm at the bottom of my list. Anybody have any questions or comments? You know, I talked about Medicare and how they don't inform you about what's going on up front at all. I don't know if there are people in the room that have not gotten readings yet, but I'm available right now. And, you know, and I'll hang on here for a second, but if not, I'm going to call it a wrap. And I'm going to finish my wine and actually eat dinner because I haven't eaten yet either. So, okay, so everybody, no one's put in any questions down below, so I am going to call it a night tonight. So again, you know, if you have stuff going on in your life and you need some guidance and insight, please go to my webpage, soulhealer.com, and reach out to me to schedule a private consultation. There's tons of articles on there and videos and my books, including my new book, Dang, It Was Me All Along, which is sitting over there and I can't quite reach it. Again, for people that are listening to this show, next week, go to YouTube, Just Energy Radio on YouTube. 3 words, Just Energy Radio on YouTube. You know, if you want to leave me that little something, something, go to soulhealer.com/live and you can use the shopping cart there. Or you can leave me something in PayPal at ritalouise.com. Oh, now there's like commentary. Let's see. Okay. So RLCC says, enjoy your evening, everyone. And then EERT Radio says, I have Medicare, not very good. I pay almost $200 a month for nothing. Yeah, no kidding. And then EERT Radio says, thank you, Rita. See you next week. Okay, guys, I am cutting out tonight. I will see you all next week. Again, if there's a topic you would like for me to cover, you know, I just kind of like wing it and figure out what I want to talk about like 10 minutes before the show. Anyway.